Welcome to another edition of Power Brokers. I'm your host, Terrell Taylor. These next two super lawyers are not only super in the court, but outside of the court. They're giving us a recipe not only for winning in the courtroom, but a recipe for winning in life. Take a look.
I knew that I wanted to become a lawyer because I've always had a desire to help people. And I figured the only way, or the best way, to be able to help someone and to make change is to be in a position of power to do so. And by becoming an attorney, you have the license to actually go out and fight for people's rights and institute or start change and make change. I actually went to law school in 1985. Started out at Texas Southern University Law School, and I graduated in 1988 and went on to Georgetown University to get my LLM, Master's in Labor Law.
There was a lot of folks in my neighborhood who, there weren't a whole lot of lawyers, and so I wanted to be different. I went to the law because I like analyzing information. I was always one who argued a lot when I was a kid, and so many people told me that I would be a good lawyer, and so I started to believe in that. I went to Howard University School of Law in Washington, D.C. I had an interesting path. After I graduated from Florida A&M University. After I left college, I didn't, like most folks, I didn't know what I was going to do, and so I went back home, and then I started working, and then, so interestingly, I started working for a lawyer, and he kind of encouraged me to go to law school. So after working for a few years, he pushed me to go to law school, and then I ended up signing up for Howard University.
When you start out, law school is very difficult, especially your first year. But one thing you've got to remember is other folks have done it. And if you put your mind to it and you stay focused and you work hard, it can be accomplished. It just depends on how much work you want to put in, how dedicated you are to accomplishing your goals. In saying that, the most difficult part is the commitment. I mean, before, when you're in college, you can go out, you have the weekends off, there's a lot of parties. A lot of that stuff you're going to have to give up and sacrifice in order to get your studies. So that's probably the most difficult change coming from undergraduate, college, going to law school.
And once you get there, feeling like you're good enough. You're in school with a lot of other folks who had great backgrounds, great support, had historically done well, and so here you are, you're wondering whether you're good enough. And they sound like they know what they're talking about, and then you get a little nervous, you hear people in class and you're thinking, wow, they're really smart. But then after a while, probably after that first semester, you realize that they're just like you. I did well, and so that certainly helped. But after a while, you realize they're people just like you, and really they're no better than you. And if you just try hard, work hard, you'll be just fine.
I started out on my law firm, and I was representing plaintiffs. I was fighting for the people. My partner here, on the other hand, was defending corporations at the time, and it so happened that we had a case together. He was defending the corporation, and I was representing the plaintiff, the person that was bringing the lawsuit. We had a knockdown, drag-out fight, but during that, engagement, we developed a mutual respect. Although, there's one thing you need to know, although he may be representing one side and I may be representing the other side, we still have mutual respect for one another. Everyone has a job to do. Just so happened he was representing the company and I was representing the individual. Long story short, we eventually resolved the matter, but in the course of resolving the matter, I gained a respect for his ability to practice law, and I assumed that he did the same with respect to my abilities, and eventually he decided that he wanted to come over and join the plaintiff side, and we decided to join a law firm.
As far as school and law or any profession, frankly, if you really just work hard, I wasn't the smartest kid in the class. Frankly, I wasn't the best as far as behavior was concerned, but I could work hard, and my claim to fame is that I can outwork most folks. And so, you may not have the best upbringing or the best background or whatever the case may be. But if you work hard and if you believe and if you have faith, you can achieve anything. I'm proof of that, because again, some folks who saw me when I was younger may not have thought that I would one day become a lawyer, but I have. And so it's really a function of believing in yourself, believing in your spirit, in the faith, and just working hard.
If you like basketball, if you like football, why not represent basketball players? Why not represent football players? Why not, if you want, represent the NFL? Represent individuals that are putting together these multi-million-dollar deals. You know, you can be a contracts lawyer, you can be an entertainment lawyer. Lawyers, there's a need for lawyers all the time. So you've got the flexibility to do what you want to do, pretty much how you want to do it in this profession. Again, it's very key to dedicate yourself to it. You can go out and it's not, I guess my mom always told me, anything worth working for hard is worth achieving. If you don't work for it, it's probably not really worth achieving. Keep that in mind, and it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter how poor your family is. Today in this society, if you work hard and you make A's in school, they will find the money for you to have a scholarship. So to me, personally, there's not an excuse from the fact that I came from a poor family.
Power Brokers is sponsored by the following.